My sister beamed as she held up the latest award from her law firm, the plaque catching the light in our parents' living room during Sunday dinner. At 38, Laura had just been named partner, and the conversation swirled around her promotion like it always did. Congratulations pouring in, stories of her big cases, plans for how she'd decorate her new office. I sat there, 32 and quietly nursing my own recent success, landing a major client for my graphic design business that could finally let me expand. But when I tried to slip it in, Mom waved it off with, "That's wonderful, honey. But did you hear Laura's firm is handling that high-profile merger now?" It had been this way since we were kids in our cozy Seattle home. Laura was the star, the one with straight A's, captain of the soccer team, valedictorian. My achievements? They were footnotes. I remember my 12th birthday party, when Dad forgot to pick up the pizza because he was driving her to a science fair. They apologized with a quick hug and a promise to make it up, but the next weekend was all about her winning first place. My room was a collection of her cast-offs. Old books with her notes in the margins, clothes that didn't quite fit me, even her bike when she outgrew it. When I asked for art supplies, Dad said we'd already spent too much on her tutoring that month. High school wasn't better. I excelled in digital arts, winning a regional contest for a short animation I made. But the family couldn't come to the award night because Laura had a mock trial competition. You understand, right? This could get her into a top college, Mom explained. I nodded, like always, and celebrated alone with a frozen dinner. College hit harder. Laura got a full ride to an Ivy League school, parents beaming at every visit. For me, it was community college first, then transferring to a state university on partial scholarships. They helped her with living expenses. For me, it was figure it out, son. We're still supporting your sister. I juggled night shifts at a coffee shop, sketching designs between customers, while she networked at fancy events funded by family. After graduation, Laura landed a prestigious internship through Dad's old colleague. Me? I built my freelance business from scratch, late nights turning into early mornings. 7 years back, when she married her husband, Mike, 39, the world stopped. The wedding was extravagant. A vineyard venue, live band, honeymoon in Europe, all on our parents' dime, even though they dipped into savings. I was best man, of course, organizing the bachelor party, running errands, holding everything together while working full-time. Don't complain, Laura snapped when I mentioned the stress. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Then came the kids. Triplets, no less, now rambunctious 5-year-olds. Parents were over the moon, helping with the house down payment, baby gear, everything. Grandkids change everything, Dad said, as if my life didn't count. And who became the go-to uncle? Me. It started small. Can you pick them up from daycare? Then weekends. Mike and I need a date night. My apartment turned into a playground every Friday. Toys scattered, walls marked with crayons. I love those kids. Their giggles, their sticky hugs, but it's exhausting. When I say no, Laura tears up. You're the only one I trust. Parents chime in. Family helps family. My design work suffered. I turned down gigs that required travel because, what about the triplets? Laura counts on you. Last month, I got an offer for a dream project, a collaboration with a tech startup that could go international. At family brunch, I shared the news, hoping for support. Laura frowned. But that means more hours. Who'll watch the kids when we need breaks? Mom added, your sister's got 3 little ones. She needs all the help she can get. Dad nodded. Priorities, son. That night, after cleaning up another mess from the kids' visit, they'd spilled juice on my portfolio sketches. I hit my limit. I deserved a break. I found a quiet cabin retreat in the Rockies, perfect for hiking and recharging. Booked it for 2 weeks, my first real vacation in years. Mentioned it casually at the next dinner. Laura's eyes lit up. Oh, that sounds amazing. We could all go. The kids would love the mountains. Before I could respond, plans shifted. Parents offered to book a bigger lodge nearby. Mike suggested family activities. Laura planned how I'd entertain the triplets while they relaxed. My solo trip, erased, turned into their group getaway. Lying awake that night, anger built. This wasn't just a vacation. It was my sanity. Quietly, I searched alternatives. Found a secluded spot in the Canadian wilderness. Lakeside lodge, no cell service, pure escape. I booked it secretly, adjusted my flights, packed in silence. Kept up the pretense, even helped with their packing lists. But inside, resolve hardened. This was my stand. Airport day arrived tense. I drove separately, claiming an early meeting. Parked far away, watched from afar as they unloaded. Laura directing, parents fussing over the kids, Mike hauling bags. My heart pounded as I checked in for my own flight. Phone buzzed immediately. Where are you? We're at gate C7. I ignored it, went through security. More texts. Everything okay? Then calls. Voicemails piled up. I powered off before boarding. Freedom hit like fresh air. The flight north was peaceful. Landing in that remote town, shuttle to the lodge. Evergreens everywhere, lake sparkling. No demands, no chaos. First days were adjustment. Guilt crept in, wondering if the kids were disappointed. But by day 3, it faded. I hiked trails alone, thoughts clearing with each step. Tried fishing for the first time, caught nothing but laughed at myself. Joined a guided nature walk, met fellow travelers. A writer from Chicago, a retired teacher. Evenings by the fire, journaling years of resentment. After a week, I turned on my phone briefly. Avalanche of messages, 200 texts, 50 voicemails. Laura's hysterical. How could you abandon us? Mom's guilt. The kids are asking for uncle. We're worried sick. Dad's stern. This isn't like you. One from Mike. Call us, please. I sent a single reply to the group. Safe and enjoying my time. Talk when I'm back. Muted them, dove back in. Paddled a kayak across the lake. Watched eagles soar. Dined with new acquaintances. sharing stories without family overshadowing. For once, I felt seen. Return home was strategic. Booked a motel for a few nights to decompress. Changed locks, updated emergency contacts at work. Drafted a letter outlining boundaries. No unannounced visits, scheduled help only, my life first. Liked a friend's post online, big mistake. Within hours, pounding on my door. From the motel window, I saw them, parents, Laura, Mike, even the kids. They left angry notes. Heart racing, but I held firm. Next day, neutral ground, a park cafe. Arrived early, coffee in hand. They filed in, faces stormy. Before accusations flew, I stated, "This is about respect. I've given endlessly. Now I need balance." Chaos ensued. Laura sobbed, "The kids needed this trip, Mom. After all we've sacrificed?" Mike tried brokering. "Maybe every third weekend?" Dad shifted uncomfortably. When Laura called me selfish, I countered calmly, "Selfish? When have you put me first?" Laid out the imbalance, childhood slights, financial favoritism, my erased dreams. Silence followed. Mom deflected, "But that's what siblings do." I replied, "No, that's exploitation." Laura stormed out, Mom trailing. Mike apologized quietly. "We've leaned too hard." Dad lingered. "Didn't realize." No full sorry, but an admission. I executed phase 2. New apartment across town, secure building. Smaller but mine, walls for my art, no toy clutter. Blocked old numbers temporarily, shared new ones selectively. Rebuilding felt daunting. No hobbies? Signed up for photography classes. Few friends? Accepted invites, made new ones at meetups. First free weekend. Slept in, explored a museum, cooked for myself. Work soared, focused, I nailed the startup project, got a raise. Dating? Started casually, someone from class who listens without demands. Family fallout was predictable. Mom called work, HR deflected. Laura showed up once. Security escorted her. Letters arrived, accusations of betrayal. But Mike emailed, "Changes here. Hired a sitter. I'm stepping up." Dad texts awkwardly. Weather chats, small talk. Mom alternates silence and rants. "When you're over this phase." Therapy helped. Unpacking chronic obligation fatigue. As my counselor calls it. Kids sent drawings. I responded lovingly but firmly. "Love you, but Uncle needs his time." Ran into an old buddy. "You seem unburdened." True, lighter, freer. 3 months later, the pivotal lunch. Dad appeared at work, calm. "Can we talk?" Nearby diner. He noted, "You look steadier." Offered compromises. Paid time with kids, limited visits. I refused, not bargaining my autonomy. Opened up fully. Overlooked milestones, emotional toll. He listened, admitted, "We focused wrong, hurt you." Shared my new life, photos from hikes, project successes. He said, "You've built something solid without us." parted with a hug, hope for better terms someday. Ripple effects. Mom's smear campaign to relatives, Laura's online vents. But it bounces off now. My space, filled with prints, gear from classes. Weekends mine, Spanish lessons, cycling group, steady dates with someone respectful. Teaching juniors at work, breaking old cycles. Kids' latest card. Supervised, but sweet. Responded, unchanging love, adult needs. Mike updated, nanny hired, he's more involved. Laura struggling but adapting. As I prep for a conference, once impossible. Wall quote reminds, freedom starts with choosing yourself. Grateful to online communities for the push. If you're trapped in one-sided family ties, no, prioritizing you isn't betrayal. It's survival. Future with them, maybe on equal ground. For now, nurturing my world. Friends, passions, career, self. Not an end, but a launch. Excited for what's ahead.